to What Was She Thinking, the podcast where we watch movies and TV series a little deeper. We talk about stories, choices, and culture in the moments that make you pause and ask, what was she thinking?
And that means in this show, we are asking the character, the director, and ourselves to consider how thoughts prompt actions and ultimately one's experiences in life. Today, we are reviewing the movie Is God Is, written and directed by Alicia Harris, starring Kara Young as Racine, Mallory Johnson as Anaia, Vivica Fox as Ruby or God, Sterling K. Brown as the monster and the dad in the movie, Mykelti Williamson as Chuck, and also known as the lawyer. I loved Erica Alexander in here as Mother Divine, and Janelle Monáe as Angie. This is not just a movie recap. This is a conversation about mindset, motivation, and the choices that shape women's lives. Hello, I am Charla.
And I am Kim, and welcome to What Was She Thinking?
Yes, Kimber! We on the roll, Kim.
We are.
We on the
We
roll.
are.
I love it.
Mhm.
Okay.
What was she thinking? Yes, yeah.
What was she thinking?
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
what's okay? I'm excited to get into this. So I was about to jump into it before I was like, "How is you? How are you doing today?"
I'm doing well. I'm doing
Mhm.
good. It's summertime,
Mhm.
programming, doing some things. But other than that, all is well. Child is well.
Mhm.
The distress signal of the day is the Wi-Fi is out. So, I mean, what can I say?
Distress.
Distress
I can
signal has
understand it, but
mm,
because I guess as the adult, you have like authority to be like, "Well, I'm a hot spot," but as a
yeah.
child, as a child, you like,
Did you know the Wi-Fi is out?
yeah, you like working where I am.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Jets holding on to find something to do. So
Mhm.
um the kids reminded me that I had not been, I guess, as vigilant in my like parenting duties for the summer in terms of like preventing summer learning loss. I've
Mhm.
been working stuff, working on the website, building up
Mhm. Mhm.
building up She Could as much as I can. So yes, I have not like we have done schoolwork, but not like
Mhm.
when they back in the day. But then I had like, I was like,
Yeah.
anyway. So, and I think Jet has learned like when she comes up here and I be like, oh yeah, you need to do some work. She'd be like,
It's the summer.
deuces, deuces. Why did I come up here? So they reminded me, as Jackson was like, remember when you they assigned us Peter Pan for the summer and you made me read the old English version. I was like, and you're welcome. Because today you are
Yeah, you yeah. My thing, for sure, the Wi-Fi's out, read a book.
read a book.
Get
Yeah,
you a book and read you a book, honey.
mhm.
You can pass the time quite quickly.
And you
And
use your
some
imagination. Oh yeah,
yeah,
I had
and some
threatened Jet with a
literature for
good book. I
sure.
shouldn't say threatened, but so I try to do like some 15 minutes at least of reading a
Mhm.
day on our
Mhm.
own. And
Mhm.
so Juicy was like, "Why she not on Khan Academy?" And I was like, "You're right, girl. I need to get
Mhm. Mhm. You
Khan
smart.
Academy."
You smart. You know what? I did right by you. Mhm.
Because I was giving her pages out of a workbook, but I was like,
Mhm.
"You're right. I don't know why I'm not digitizing this process."
But you know what though? Them
Hmm.
fundamentals. Listen, the worksheets still work.
They
Okay?
still work right, yeah.
They still
So
work. Okay? It's
you
still
got
power in the paper and the pen. Okay?
yeah.
Still power in the paper and the pencil. Listen here, good. Listen.
Trying to prevent summer learning loss. That's what we're
You're
doing
doing
around
you're
here.
doing good, girl.
Doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. So, yes, that's what we're doing and
Mhm.
watching, what I can. And, I
Mhm.
was upset when we had discussed that we were going to review Is God Is,
Mhm.
and we were going to go to the theater. I was all ready for some popcorn and some icy action. And lo and behold, she is not here in
Mm-mm.
Columbia, South Carolina, where we
Mm-mm.
are.
She
Or
is already on the streaming services. Like, how long? I don't even know how long she was in the
the
theaters.
theater, yeah. It
It was
came out not well, I think it came out May 16th. So it's only been like 4 weeks when it came when it right? I think that's the release date.
that's the release date.
I don't or
Listen,
is it March? It seems like it was a May.
that's crazy. Yeah, the
Was it
15th.
the
The
50? Okay.
15th.
So and I was like, okay, in terms of like content,
Mm-hmm.
genre is different, but like the production value, the story value is no different than like a Jones Diary or something like that. I don't understand why this wasn't
Yeah, yeah.
mass distributed in theaters. This is a great, to me, it was a great story.
I thought it was too.
It was
And
new. It was a new
when
kind of story.
you got what you still got in the theaters right now, stuff that I don't care nothing about.
Probably a lot of like redos. You know, like they do a lot. They're doing a lot of like making sure they get their
They
money.
are. They are.
So a
They
lot
are
of
doing
like
a lot of it. Yeah.
comic
Yeah. They sure are.
Avengers stuff. So anyway, I was not happy that we couldn't find it in the theaters, but happy that
Yes.
we could find it. So we
Yes.
found it on Apple and watched it there. And so what are your initial thoughts?
So first of all, I was excited to do this, to watch it, go to the theater and watch
Okay.
it. So there was a little bit of disappointment there, but I was excited about the movie because I had heard good things about it, and I love to see, a black film come through.
And quality story. This is not like
Yeah,
some of that Mama I Want to Sing. No
yeah,
shade, but you know what I'm saying? I don't
yeah. The quality,
Yeah,
the story. I was interested. I was intrigued because in the trailer there
the
was a lot
trailer.
of things kind of hidden.
Mhm.
They didn't reveal too much, so I felt like they hyped it up very well. And so I
Mhm.
was super, super excited about viewing the movie, and super excited about seeing it. And kind of gleaming what I could gleam out of it. As far as like production and everything like that, I thought the production quality was
Mhm.
right on it. I mean,
Mhm.
the film, it looked it good, girl.
Look
It looked it good.
Alicia,
The
girl,
film looked it
you did
good.
your
Yeah,
thing
it
on
looked
that,
it
girl.
yeah, it
Yeah.
looked it real
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
so it was interesting. It was interesting for sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
super excited to watch Is God Is. So
Yes.
let's dig
So,
into it.
let's get into it. So, this okay, so we enter into the story where the girl we're introduced to twins, right?
Yes.
Racine and Anaya,
Yeah, yeah.
who also goes by Naya.
Mm-hmm.
And
Scene.
Ray, you said what now?
But she calls her sister. She doesn't say racing. She calls it scene. I
Scene.
think she
Yeah,
calls
she
it
does call
scene.
a scene. Um, I'm not exactly sure where they are. Did you figure? I know they were farther up south. I mean, they're not in the south, but they're
Yeah,
not like up north. I don't. Maybe they were like up north. I couldn't figure
yeah.
out where
I,
they
I
what
wasn't really
setting
sure where they
was.
were either, because when when the film opens up, there are little girls sitting on um this bench, I guess, like at
Mhm.
a park, and
Right. You're
then
right. You're right. You're right.
you get introduced to the dynamics between the twins. So
You're
how
right.
it's
The
set up.
interest.
So it's one twin who is the more shy, more quiet, and then it's the other twin,
Who's
which
ready?
was interesting. The smaller twin,
Mhm.
which was the protector,
Ready to fight.
ready to fight,
All
ready to
right.
take care,
So
because
somebody
you just
calls Naya ugly.
ugly, and the
Mhm.
only thing you see is just the back of their head. So
Mhm.
you don't really see like what's going on. You just see
Mhm.
them two little girls sitting on. But when that girl got that bat, honey,
But
and all you heard were the screams and the hits, you already knew she was not one to play with. Mm-mm.
right, you're right. They do set you right. I skipped that section right there, but you're right. They set up. She sets up really early the dynamic between the two.
Mhm.
One is the shyer, quieter, not ready
Mhm.
to defend herself twin, and the other one is like ready.
Mhm.
Like try me if you try us.
Try
Try
us,
Jesus,
honey.
not us. Yeah.
Whoever left that bed on the ground, they really needed to get their rump cut because she went to work, honey.
And then came back and sat down.
Sit down. Yeah.
Yeah.
You good? Mhm.
They but they'll know next time. So
Mhm.
so that is how we're introduced to them. And then you're
Mhm.
right. Then when we get to the next scene, they're adults.
They're
They
adults.
live
Mhm.
together.
Mhm.
They go to work
Mhm.
well their life. They're very like their lives are very like intertwined.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, this is twin bond on full display here.
Yeah.
They have their own way. They can communicate um telekinetically
Mm-hmm.
without even speaking a word to each other. They can
Mm-hmm.
talk to each other. They sense trouble for each
It's just
other,
trouble, yeah. Mm-hmm.
or harm or shift or
Mm-hmm.
something. They are extremely close.
Connected, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
And I have seen like I haven't seen twins who aren't close. I'm sure there are
yeah,
some that exist.
yeah,
I think it's a rare case to find
yeah,
twins that just are not tied to one another
yeah.
in some way. It makes completely sense to me. I was in the same womb, whatever. So they really, yeah, tie them up together. I mean, and how they intertwine, like you said, they can read each other's minds, and um so they even work together, which I have seen
Hmm.
this as well, twins that
Hmm.
work together. So they
Yeah.
they work together, and this is where we find out they're disfigured, right? I
Hmm.
can't, right, if I
Hmm.
remember correctly. I think we don't see them fully until she hands the lady the
Hmm.
thing that she drops,
Hmm.
right? And then we quickly know she is the twin that had the bat because like, what you looking at?
Yeah, and don't and it's weird because initially you didn't think that she had an injury.
Yeah, because her
um
face is fine.
yeah, and
Mhm.
then you see that her hand is webbed because
Yeah.
of the burn. And
Yeah.
then she has the burns on her arm,
Mhm.
and as her twin is much more disfigured
Yeah, with
than
her
she
face.
is facially.
Mhm.
And so, but you know I mean, I would have had to jump at that girl too. Why you looking at me like that? I'm trying to you drop your stuff and I'm
Right.
trying to give it to you, but you don't have to look at me like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I would have.
Kim, she did fake fuck her. Like, yeah, but I mean, and so we get a sense then that she's over it.
Yeah.
This people viewing her and
Mhm.
her and her sister
Mhm.
because okay, well, but what we see, yeah, she doesn't. Because she was nice to the lady. Excuse me,
Yep.
ma'am, you dropped your hair. But as soon as she
Mhm.
realized the lady was clocking her
Yeah.
her
Mhm.
skin or whatever, you could tell she has her defense went
Yes, yeah.
immediately up.
She
Yeah.
has zero tolerance for any type of disrespect. She has
Mm-mm.
zero tolerance of any type of, ew or yeah.
It's the wound, I guess. Maybe that's what it is.
Uh-huh.
Like I was this whatever this article this lady I've read or whatever, like the wound of the character. So it's like that's her wound that is not fully or completely
Mhm.
resolved or healed, because
Mm-mm.
anytime somebody brings it up, it's automatically like if she
Mhm.
was okay with herself or whatever, she wouldn't
Mhm.
respond in that way. But
Mm-mm.
she is not. She's the wound that's attached to how she got burnt as well. You could
Yeah.
tell is it's all in there. It's all in that moment
Mhm.
or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they get fired, and I said it like, they get
Oh, well.
yeah.
So
They get fired after she basically threatens the lady, which was gonna
mhm.
happen, and they handle it in stride. They just
Mm-mm.
like, okay, well, it was gonna happen anyway. He's a bitch. He's a
Yeah.
bitch, right? Um, then they end up going home.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if I didn't put in here. Is this when they are ice? This is like again, like I think an
Yeah.
indication of how close they are.
Mhm.
They're icing each other's burns,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, brushing their teeth at the same
Yeah.
time. All of this kind of like they have their
Having a
routine.
whole conversation in,
Mhm.
like, in
In
their
their head.
heads to each
Mhm.
other because they're brushing their teeth and they're not talking, but they're
Mhm.
just having this conversation with each
Mhm.
other.
With each other. So, okay, so in this scene, this is when the life kind of changing moment happens, right?
Mhm.
We introduced to their world, and now we have an introduction to something that is going to change, and that is the
Mhm.
introduction of the letter from the mother from whom they have not heard of or seen since they were burnt.
I mean, they thought she was dead. They
They
thought she
thought she
got
was
burnt up
dead.
too. And so then we start seeing the history of what happened, that they were in, like, foster care, different foster
Foster care,
homes
yeah.
and foster care, because they were under the illusion that when this tragedy happened, this fire happened, that their mother
Mother
died.
died, yeah. Which I couldn't okay, so this is what that part I
Mhm.
had questions around, and
Mhm.
then the fact that when she says the mother only addressed the letter to you.
Mhm.
Why was she what is your thoughts on that? Why
Mhm.
I know what she says later about it, but I'm still trying to figure this lady out. Like I was
Mhm.
Cam is something about her just I don't know. I don't
I don't know. Listen, I have that same question.
Okay,
So she get the
okay.
letter, right?
We get the letter.
Mhm.
We get the letter. They only address it. She only addresses it to Racine,
Mhm.
which I thought was so weird.
Mhm.
You have two daughters. Why wouldn't you say, dear? Both of you, even though she gives an explanation later, which we'll talk about later, but I still don't feel like that was a good enough explanation. But Anaya is not. It's a thing where I feel like now that I look back on it, you know how when your gut tells you you like, "Mm, it's something I don't feel right about it." Why? Or you ask yourself, why did that make me feel this way? Right? Why does this not? Why did I get? Because it might not even be like somebody's issue. It could be my issue. So I know if I get some type of gut kind of reaction to something like that, then I know now I need to address why did I have that gut reaction. So for her, I think it is. Um, this is what I think no, this is what I know. I when looking up like themes of the story,
Mhm.
unworthiness was definitely a theme, and the fact that she's been called ugly when she was a little girl, and they talk about the fact that she has I don't even know if he was a boyfriend or a guy friend or whatever, but he doesn't want to look at her while they're
Mhm.
having sex, so
Mhm.
she is not feeling worthy.
Mhm.
I think both of them feel a sense of unworthiness, but I
Oh
think
yeah.
Anaya's sense is more because she's
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
disfigured in her face.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I feel like when you feel like you're left out, like why you're unworthy, the alarms might go off or whatever. Maybe that's what she's feeling. Like, why did you?
Mhm.
At least I don't know. Maybe I'm personal, but that's what I think.
So yeah, the unworthiness for sure echoes very loud with
Mm-hmm,
Anaya, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
It echoes very loud with her and with her sister. I think her sister kind of masked it with the
Mm-hmm.
meanness, and because she was like, yeah, I think she said it like in the opening or something. She's like double mean, like she got the meanness for
Both of them.
Anaya and
Mm-hmm.
for herself. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but do you think, like, how moms can be like, well, I know my children,
Mm-hmm.
and the type, of course, we didn't know it at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but what she was setting up, she knew that Scene was the one
To do it.
to do
Okay,
it,
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense why she would address it to her.
because Anaya, she has a heart. She has which they
A
allude to
conscience.
that later
Yeah.
on.
Mhm.
Um, but Scene is okay. I'm ready to ride. You
Right.
ready to take? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, why because she like, really, this is who this is for.
Because
You could,
she's the hothead. She's the
yeah.
hothead.
Hmm.
Whereas Anaya, to me, seems more logical because she asked the question even after getting the letter, which I think it did hurt her that it wasn't addressed to both of them, but it
Hmm.
was addressed to just Scene.
Hmm.
But she was like, "Well, where's she been? I mean, like
Right. The bigger
all
question.
the time.
The
Like
bigger question. Yeah.
this is when you reach out to us,
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
and you ain't tried before now."
Exactly.
Which is a logical question, but
A
Scene is
logical
like,
question.
I'm mama,
Mama,
I'm
yeah.
mama, you know,
Hmm.
we got to go see her.
Yeah.
We
Because there
really got
is
to go
that
see her. Like, really?
that sense of I want my mama. Maybe that's, you know what I'm saying? It's driving her, but it was like, yeah. And okay, so all right, so they jump on the road trip.
Road tripping.
I noticed how they're dressed alike. I'm like, at their
Mhm.
big age, they still dressing alike.
Their bond is undeniable. Do you hear
It's like
me?
they're stuck too at a certain age.
Hmm.
I don't know,
Hmm.
but I noticed that. I was like, they are dressed alike.
Hmm. Hmm. They wear their hair alike.
The way their hair are like, yeah. They are very, yeah, their bond is undeniable.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they go see Ruby, played by Vivica Fox. First of all, let me say, I think that the casting of the women, the main characters in this, I love that everybody fit their role. Everybody was perfect at whoever they were. So I liked Vivica Fox. I hadn't seen Vivica Fox in a second, but
Hmm.
she did a great job as
Hmm.
the mama. Okay, so they arrive to the house. There's a sign on the door at which Anaya's name is
It's me.
spelled incorrectly. Again, to me, another signal, a sign
Hmm.
that she recognizes.
Hmm.
Why is my name spelled? This ain't no stranger house. This is my mama house.
Mama, my mama.
My mama house.
And they were with their mother until they were like at least by what, 7,
Of age to
6?
know her, old enough to
They knew
remember her.
her. They
Yeah.
knew her. She knew them.
Hmm.
I mean,
And then when they go in there, she's not destitute. She's got she's got
that's the
she,
part for me.
she's got like 3 caregivers braiding her hair, nails done. Well, her
Mhm.
nails not done, Kim. Her nails was done.
Smoking weed, chilling up in
Handing it
bed.
to her. She's not even putting it up to her mouth. They're handing her the blunt or whatever. Like she is like a queen
Mhm.
almost in
Mhm.
this, like the area in which she's
Mhm.
living is not like maybe a wealthy area, but she
Mhm.
is giving, this is my
Mhm.
queendom.
Yeah.
And she
Mhm.
says, my nurse made the sign.
Mhm.
So I feel like that was kind of like maybe sh- to forgive the mother because she didn't make the sign, right? She's like, it's not my fault
Mhm.
her name's not
Mhm.
spelled correctly. Or maybe Anaya won't blame her for that because, but still, the mom would
I
make
mean, but
sure.
really though, you can tell the nurse how to spell your daughter's name correctly.
Well, let me see the sign. I ain't seen my daughters since they were little. Let me see the sign. Oh, girl, you spelled the sign. You spelled the name wrong. Redo it. Like, I don't understand. Again,
Mhm.
maybe it's a knock. It's another
Mhm.
knock to how. Again, like you said, it didn't make sense to me, but that makes sense that you're saying I ain't really call you. I
Yeah.
call your sister.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And again, this is my first question. Where you been at?
Where
I
have
mean,
you
if
been?
all you been is in this bed,
And you had to. You knew where
why
we were. You knew where to write me a letter.
you ain't come and let us know what was going on before now?
Hmm. It's odd. It's because it does. This is what I think she does a lot of, which is what I have to deal with in life. You deliver the soft and the sweet with some
Mhm.
bullshit underneath.
Mhm. 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 Because she had a motive. She had an ulterior motive.
She had a motive.
It wasn't I miss you. I I want to see you
How have you
and I want to
been?
check on you. It's
Yeah,
because, oh, I want you to do this
do
thing.
something for me.
and let me just tell you how this all went down.
To
You,
further manipulate you into
yeah,
wanting to go and do this thing for me,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're right. So they ask her what happened. Racine asks her what happened, and she tells them the story.
Mhm,
And this is what they do all throughout the story, right? We really don't get to see the monster. We see
mm-mm,
clips and visual like
mhm,
images. So he is like this
mhm.
very kind of like um what is it? I don't know what's the word I'm
Kind of
looking
like
for.
mysterious, and
Mysterious,
it kind of makes him even more like scary,
scary,
even
yeah.
more heartless and
Mhm.
cold,
Mhm.
because the way she tells the story and the way that they film it, because they went black and white, they went back black and white,
Mhm.
and then they're
Mhm.
like, I'm cooking dinner for you, and
Mhm.
then
And
I
she
keep hearing like
noises, yeah.
I'm hearing noises,
Mhm.
and which, as she's telling the story, it draws you in for sure. Because I
It
was like,
draws you
girl,
in,
what you
mhm.
like?
Make you nervous because you like, I feel like this, I know where this is going.
Mhm,
You've
mhm,
been burnt and you walking scary around the house or
mhm,
whatever.
mhm,
So I feel like, yeah, so I was expecting some man to pop out of somewhere
mhm,
and do
mhm,
something really crazy or whatever.
mhm,
So we
mhm,
see that he chokes her out. Well, he says he wants to touch her or whatever.
mhm,
And I guess she's saying that she tried to use that as a tactic to calm him down, allowing
mhm,
him to be gentle and soft, only for him to choke her out and throw her in the tub, douse her with gasoline, set her on fire, and then the children are in there with her, and she says, "You got burnt because Anaya, you tried to save me or help me,"
mhm,
and Racine didn't. I guess apparently
mhm,
she didn't
mhm,
try as much or whatever, and so she didn't get burnt as much.
mhm.
But I don't know, Kim.
So for me, as I'm watching, I'm like, oh my gosh, he is the devil. He
He
is
is
a
the devil.
monster.
Uh-huh.
And then, I mean, I'm like, as she's saying, you're not supposed to be here. You got a restraining order, and the way he's talking to her. I mean, and listen, the way he's talking to her, I'm like, okay, first of all, I wouldn't be nowhere near where you at.
I'm
You gonna have
moving.
to catch me in some other states.
It's a
You know what I'm
bat at
saying?
every door. I mean, it's something like if it's I've seen I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you ain't got no escape plan. You don't got no little getaway. Ain't no, listen here. What we gonna do if we see him?
Yeah, it
But
was like, what's missing
I'm
from this story? That's what I was like.
right, right, right. So I'm like, okay, okay. So this is how I am. I'm like,
But this is what I felt
okay.
like. I felt guilty for questioning her story.
I didn't feel guilty yet. I didn't
I,
feel
I
guilty
mean,
yet.
I did, I didn't. It was like, okay, because I wrote, "Is Mama telling the truth?" I wrote that. But it was kind of like,
I don't know, Charlotte.
but it was
My little spidey senses was ding, ding,
was
ding, ding,
going
ding,
off, right?
ding,
Because of
ding,
the build up. You only wrote the letter to one daughter. You haven't seen or spoken to them in years. You tell them the story that they've never heard before. You give them the side of the story that they never heard before, right? Not to say, because obviously something went wrong. I'm not saying she set herself on
ding.
fire, but it was just
Mhm,
like, you give them this one side of the story, and then you like make your daddy dead.
mhm, mhm.
Make
Let me give
daddy
you the
dead.
charge. Let me
Let
give
me
you
give
the
you the
charge. The charge is make them dead.
make them dead, and then they say, it comes from Racine because I went
Yeah,
back to make sure you don't want to forgive and forget.
yeah,
She
yeah.
offers that all up
Mhm,
as an option. I forgot. I was like, they come from nine, but they came from her,
yeah.
which again, I think somebody mentions this Christian aspect to it, like women
Mhm,
being asked to forgive and
mhm,
forget and move on or whatever. Like, is that what she's representing? Is that what she's asking at that moment? I'm thinking again, because we were talking about we need another week to digest this.
yeah, mhm.
But
Listen, this was straight vengeance. This was straight vengeance
this
for
was
her,
vengeance.
and she
So
was
forgive and
using
forget was definitely the writer's choice, right?
mhm, mhm, and I think it was, a moment of clarity for Scene. I think it was a moment of clarity for her because when she gives them the charge, they immediately go into their telekinetic conversation, and they're like, "What? What? Mm-mm,
Mhm,
mm-mm, mm-mm," and they're like making each other kind of pull back what you're saying,
mhm,
and mm-mm, no, 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 mm-mm, what?
mhm,
And they're having this look kind of back and forth in their head, and then this back and forth trying to digest the charge. And
mhm.
as she has this moment of clarity, then she goes for, oh, okay, so y'all don't think he needs to be dead? Let me
Let me
just
see.
get his covers off. Which
Oh,
I wish they would have shown us what it was that she saw.
I thought it was maybe she was fused together, like,
I
what's her
think I
name?
think she was too. Yeah,
But it had to been the ultimate manipulation.
for sure.
For
Just in
sure, right?
case. Just in case you didn't think he needed to die, let me show you.
"Let me show you what he did to me."
Yeah.
And Racine is like, "It's on.
Mhm.
Imma
I'm
go get
ready.
it."
Do you know where he's at?
Because
I
she knew
mean,
what yeah, she knew what it would take
mhm,
to set that one off at
mhm,
least, and I was just like, but that's what she said. She says, Anaya's emotional. She said
mhm,
that's why she
mhm,
didn't address the letter. I don't give a
mhm.
damn. You could have put her name on the envelope, but it was like you said, is the reason why. It's the
It's a
reason
reason
why.
why. It's a reason why. She knew that
Who
Racine
else?
was the hothead,
Who
and
else would
she
carry that out for her? Like you
who
said,
would
the
carry it out?
charge,
And of course, Anaya would go along with it because of the bond, right?
the bond. Yeah.
But she fully manipulated them because my thing is you could have get them three nurses who braiding your hair so lovely because your hair gonna be looking good when you die. Apparently, because you about to die. Send them little people out there to do the
Yeah.
kill. What are you
Mhm.
sending your daughters out there to do the
Daughters
kill?
out there for who are already traumatized from the event.
Exactly. And
And
then and so this and so I didn't feel bad questioning her retelling of the story because number one, the question that Anaya said, "Where you been? We thought you were dead."
yeah, mhm,
Okay. In all of these years, everything that they have gone through in their foster care life and situation, and we don't even know you alive until
mhm.
years later. And then you give us you're living in like this place that you obviously you are elevated to some type of status.
Yeah, you're taken care of. She's not in,
Yeah.
like, some type of facility
Yeah.
or somebody's paying or fronting this bill for these 3 healthcare workers to be
Exactly. Who has the time out of your health care, not taking care of your health, but to braid your hair
and give you weed. It's for my
and know
pain.
your whole story
Mhm.
of what the tragedies that have happened to you,
They know, yeah.
then that your daughters don't even know
Mhm,
what's happening. So that's what made me kind of not give her my full support, even though Vivica
mhm,
played her butt off and she didn't even get up out the bed.
mhm.
But she played her butt off, but I was still having to be like,
So, we are thinking the mama is not completely lying, but she is manipulative.
she is, yeah, very much so,
And
very much
and
so.
for people who I think have a deep wound of needing someone
Mhm,
to love and validate and nurture them, I think that's just really evil to
mhm,
use your power as the mother in that way. So she says Racine starts referring to the mother as God after that. So
mhm,
is God is the mother. And I also felt that because mothers can be goddish in a sense,
Mhm.
right? We
Mhm.
across all races. I've
Yeah.
seen this across
Mhm.
all cultures and
Mhm.
races that
Mhm.
um I, just for instance, I noticed this just an instance like a few weeks ago. I went with Jet to like a play date and I was talking to this lady. She's a
Mhm.
grown woman. She has, I think she said she was married and she has a daughter. Like one of them was around Jet's age, another one looks like she was going to middle school or whatever. And she had been to graduate school. Like we talked about all of these things. And at some point in time, towards the end of the play date, her mother arrived. I think I don't know. The mama just came. I don't know why the
Mhm.
mama
Mhm.
came. She left right after. So I don't know if they had just made plans to meet up. The mother knew everybody else because I
Mhm.
was new to the play group or whatever. So the mother knew everybody. She said, "Hey, she was a friendly lady, black lady." But in that instance of this lady arriving, I could see this woman changing. The woman wasn't mean. She didn't say anything.
Mhm.
But it's the impact, it's the effect, it's
Mhm.
the mother
Mhm.
effect that I think they
Mhm.
come in and then you just
Mhm.
become you
Mhm.
might, not all the
Mhm.
time, but mothers are powerful. They're
Mhm.
just the first ones that kinda you're looking for approval,
Mhm.
you're looking for, like, the cheers or when you do
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? So, I think without even having the meaning of knowing that you have certain power, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations where you may not even be trying or whatever, like,
Mhm.
it just
Mhm.
comes across as, "My mama said it, so I am
Mhm.
doubly influenced by the fact that."
Mhm. It's true, because my mama said so.
My
Mhm.
mama said it, like, when we were in the dance world, I can remember some, like, daughters don't even wanna be like, even just with I can't be near my mom before I'm competing, you know what I mean? That
Mhm.
was, like, a
Mhm.
lot not all of them, but some of them like that dynamic, and the mama would be like, "I'm just trying to help," like, she
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't
Mhm.
but it's
Mhm.
the dynamic
Mhm.
of you have this, "Ah."
Mhm. Mhm. And for them, because they did not have that,
Mhm.
and they did not, because the pacing of this movie is spot on. They don't
Mhm.
hold you with a bunch of needless
No, they don't,
items.
mm-mm.
They keep it very fast paced, and the timing, and they did not have any time to process any of this
Mm-mm.
in a time to where they could like really like deal with their feelings. Because and even in their mixture of having this conversation with their mom after all of these years, and getting the void of our mother is back in our lives, and unbeknownst to, didn't know it at the time, but when she said, she was like, she said something, the mother said something to Anaya, and she was like, oh, you will know, something like that, alluding to the fact
Oh, mhm.
that she had already sensed
Shoot,
something changing in her,
in her,
right?
yeah, mhm,
And we don't know, Racine don't know, but
mhm,
the mother knew.
mhm.
And you see her come to the bed at one point, and she was like, mama, tearful, because they
The
didn't
mom,
have it, and
mhm.
they finally got it. So they was eating it up,
Willing to do anything for that love. Mhm,
eating
mhm,
it up. And so
mhm,
when they leave and start on their journey,
mhm,
and you hear Racine refer to her as God,
mhm.
and Anaya's like, she is God.
She's got
She
yeah,
is
mhm.
God.
She created us,
She
you
created
know yeah,
us.
mhm. That's how she kinda justifies it,
And we
but
just
I
gonna, yeah, and we're gonna gloss over the abandonment, but she created us.
gloss over it. She brought us here, that's why yeah. But yeah, that it's the idealism of
Mhm.
motherhood. My mama really cares for me. Really, look at
Mhm.
she wants me to. I don't know. It was just crazy, kind of how this mixed messages, but also like
Mhm.
they're so wanting something. So they are,
Mhm,
well, Racine, I think she wants it more, but Anaya doesn't
mhm,
want to be left behind
mhm.
because they are so connected. So
Yeah.
they, she's like, well, so she charges them with going to kill the daddy. And this is when I think this is like classic Greek storyline, like the Odyssey, going off and having
Mhm.
all of these adventures. So
Pictures.
this is your first adventure. They go meet Mother Divine, played by Erica Alexander. I was like, she did such a, I love, she did such a good
And
job.
this is the thing. First of all, the lady knew, the mother knew
Mm-hmm.
who was the last person that was with him. Because as the story starts to develop, so we know kind of what happened, what brought them to this point, and
Mm-hmm.
what brought what the tragedy and how the tragedy happened. So they go to Divine, right?
To the little church. The
To
little
her church on Pear Street, her home church, because it's in her house. And it is unusual.
It's a suspect church, right? It's the devil in this room. She said. It is an unusual church. That's for sure.
Unusual. And
They
listen,
all fall out at the same
oh my
time.
gosh, and the swaying and I mean, are we on TV? Are we being recorded? Like what's happening? Are we performing? I'm not really sure. But I love Erica Alexander. Listen, everything
Mhm.
that she has been in since living single, just her guest spots and things that I've seen her in, she's killed everything that I've seen her in since then.
Uh-huh.
But when she's up there in her all white honey
Mhm.
with her 27-step wig on, preaching, and them people is looking, I mean, them people is falling out all over the place. And I'm like, please, devil, you got to get up out of here.
It's
Get
the
up
it's
out of there.
it's the again another religious reference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so religious references,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um it's something there. I haven't completely processed it in my brain, but as far as like black women in church and this Mother Divine character has a shrine to the monster or the dad, right? So he was there. He,
Mm-hmm.
it seems, used her or manipulated her
Mm-hmm.
during the trial so he could have some
Mm-hmm.
type of support or whatever, somewhere to stay,
Mm-hmm.
impregnated her. And she is still like, I'm waiting for him to come back.
Wait for him to come back. And this is the thing. So what I found interesting is how she used the Bible as a way of
Justifying kind of
rationalizing or just
wrestling,
justifying
yeah.
the actions, right? Because they
Mhm.
weren't married. Um and she was like, I know you're wondering how can you stay with someone, how could you be with him at the trial, whatever. So then we find out he actually
To
he was
try.
actually arrested for what he did to his family, right?
Mhm.
Which then strikes me as strange. Okay, so he and they didn't even know that this had happened. Like
Happened, right. The mama
that
didn't
there was
mention
a
that.
trial, right?
Mhm.
He was arrested for setting y'all on fire.
Mhm.
And then this lady finds him. Oh, he was broken.
He was right. Yes. I helped him put it, but there are women like that.
Very much so.
Very much so.
They got a
Mhm.
whole series, love after
Love at the
lockup.
lockup.
Listen
Yeah.
here. He was broken.
Mhm.
And then she used that Bible to bind herself
Mhm.
to him. They weren't married. So, you was doing worldly things, honey. Even when you was reading that scripture. Okay.
Yeah, and you was
Um,
supporting what is it? A sociopath who tried to kill his, I don't even know if they were married or whatever, but family in some sort of way like that.
so then I got to question your sanity. So then when I realized that she ain't wrapped too tight either.
Mhm.
And then the shrine.
And then the
And
shrine,
then,
deodorant, shaving cream.
child,
With some drawers out there? I can't remember. It was like just
child,
things he left behind that he didn't care for, that she had attached meaning to, which is so, again, I guess, representative of her unworthiness.
yeah,
Of her, her, I'm not worthy of something better because I've
right,
sat here
yeah.
and I've held on to this
Mhm.
for, because that boy was how old?
Very old.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel was very old, and he has been brainwashed
He is very
because you
brainwashed.
haven't even seen this man a day in your life because he left your mother
Mhm.
when she was 9 months or whenever when she was pregnant.
Mhm.
He left her, and so as the girls are listening to the story, and the fact that she found it prideful to tell her story,
Mhm.
that she waiting for his return.
And tell him when you see him that I was, yeah, I think she was
And
like,
I'm
yeah,
and I'm still wearing white,
yeah.
you know?
Well, he ain't thought once, twice about her since he left that doggone area. He was like, everybody is, this dude is, they're a sociopath, right? Is that what it
Yeah,
is? Like
yeah,
somebody who has no sense
yeah.
of feeling or no sense
No,
of right or wrong,
no. And
right?
he will use them. He will
For whatever he
use
wants.
people to get what he wants.
To get what he wants.
He could care less about Ezekiel. He could care less about Divine. He could care less about them because he needed them to a certain extent, and then he didn't need them anymore. And
Yeah,
so
he needed them to appear. Oh, okay, yeah. So if she's religious type, then she's perfect for the trial.
mhm,
Right.
mhm,
So
mhm,
she fulfilled the
mhm,
purpose of giving
mhm,
him some type of
mhm,
sense of like stable,
mhm,
religious going man
mhm,
while he was, this type of these type of people choose different people on purpose, and then again, right, no sense of like discernment. I need to do
mm-mm,
what's better for me, just
mm-mm,
falling into the trap. Just
mhm,
falling into
mhm,
the trap.
mhm.
Mother
Religion,
Divine is another victim.
yeah,
Who he has
religion,
chosen,
another
another
victim,
victim. But he didn't
another
burn
victim.
her though. But he left her just hopeless and just wonder. I don't know. It was
Mhm,
he stole something from her too because she's
mhm,
stuck. She's not going
mhm,
anywhere.
mhm.
All right.
And
So
yeah,
hmm.
yeah,
No, go ahead.
yeah.
No.
He left her, and that Ezekiel, when they stole I mean, the twins are like, so you gonna tell me that this grown man left you when you
Pregnant.
were 9 months pregnant, and you still waiting for him to come back?
Hmm.
And then Ezekiel is like, his daddy, Negro. Are you
Hmm.
serious?
Yeah. Very, very much so. Good. Yeah. Yeah. So, they take the address book and
Mhm,
they end up. Well, they end up on the road again.
mhm,
Before they hit their next adventure, they discuss ways to kill him when they see him. And Naya's like, of course, she's like, I don't want any part of it. Racine again is like, it'll be all me. And then
mhm.
they discuss like different ways that it could happen. And Anaya shoots them all down because, like, who has the mindset to kill somebody?
None of these plans are gonna work.
But maybe that is because, okay, so um they go see Chuck Hall, the lawyer.
The
This is
lawyer.
a crazy scene, right? He's being paid to be beaten up by a woman because he says that he is preparing himself for the day that, I guess, the final beatdown or whatever occurs. I'm like, this is so, I don't understand. The only thing, I was just trying to find some representation in the taking of the tongue. So we find out that the monster um, took his tongue when he
Mhm,
realized that he had disclosed to the lawyer
mhm.
that he had no
Actually,
remorse.
yeah, had
Yeah,
none,
he had no
none.
remorse. And so he knew what wagging tongues would do because he would go back and probably say, this guy is really a monster. He's
Mhm,
a sociopath.
mhm,
So he took his tongue, but instead of like, I don't know, retaliation or pressing charges or defending yourself, this man is The only thing I can think of, I was like, he is literally beating himself up. Is he
Mhm.
literally beating himself up because he knows he got a guilty man off free?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's the only thing I can think of. He
Yep.
has he feels
Mhm.
guilty about it, so that's his only way of
Like his personal form of repentance, because
repentance.
even
Mhm.
in the beating, he's still like in essence preparing himself for another trial, for when the real person comes, because he feels like the monster is still gonna come, even though
Mhm.
he's preparing himself for something that's coming, because he's thinking that someone else is coming to get him. So even though he's getting beat, that's his form of repentance, but he's also working out, he's also doing all these other things to try to prepare himself for when the real judgment, I guess, comes, right?
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
You know what this reminds me of? Now that you said that, you remember that movie? What's that movie with Tom Hanks? And he was going after the yeah, what was it? It's the Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code. Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm,
And in that, there's this guy. I looked it up. The act of Christians intentionally beating or whipping themselves is called
mhm,
self-flagellation. Maybe that's
mhm,
what he was doing. Maybe that's what she was
mhm,
trying to represent.
mhm.
Because in that movie, have you seen it
Da Vinci
before?
Code, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm,
we're in there. Where's that monk or something is in there
mhm,
beating himself with that thing? And I
mhm,
was like, what is he
mhm.
doing?
And you see that in a lot of, like, when they do that to um repel the flesh, like if they're having thoughts of
Yeah.
impure thoughts,
Mhm.
they do it to repel or pay penance um to sinning or thinking these thoughts or having
Yep.
these feelings or
Mhm.
urges or whatever. You see it kind of happening. And I think that could definitely be
And
parallel to
repenting.
what he's doing,
Mhm.
because I mean, he can't tell nobody because the man pulled his goddamn tongue out his mouth.
He can write
I
it down.
mean,
He said it right. He
Charlotte,
right.
my thing was, okay, first of all, the commercial that was playing in the background is like,
Yeah. Why is that still playing, sir?
why is your commercial still playing? Number one. Number two,
Mhm.
you walking around with a dry erase board and a marker. He wrote that darn paragraph so quick about, I'm thinking, he
Yeah.
wrote that darn paragraph. She was like, what now?
What he did. He was yeah. He was a pro at right getting the words out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was writing a paragraph so fast, but he was very helpful. Um, I'm sorry that man pulled his tongue out like that, but you got to know the people that you defending. It's
Yeah.
and but now that I think about it, the reason probably the commercial was playing because he was like DUI, um, uh slip and fall, don't worry, I'm here to I represent you, and you don't sold your soul to the devil, because that
Devil.
man there, you sitting up in the car with him. First of all, why he ain't leave that courthouse by himself? First of all, I'm your lawyer, I ain't got to give you no ride.
Yeah. Because you
Okay,
should sense he is the devil. That
he
means
is the devil. And the simple fact that he said that to you, and then knowing what he did, then to see what happens after that, stop
Mhm.
playing them commercials. No, you don't. You
It's all
only
right.
want to represent people who did the right
Right, yeah,
thing,
you wanna do on the
not
right
the
side,
wrong
yeah.
thing.
Mm-mm. But he didn't. He had committed himself to
Mhm,
repentance, like you said, to
mhm.
paying for his sins.
Yeah.
That's what it seems as if. He
Mhm,
makes a claim that Racine is like, um, the dad, like he
mhm,
sees that you're more like
mhm,
him than you
mhm,
think. And now that I'm like, yeah, because
mhm,
Again, going back to the how are we going to kill him? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
just can't comprehend that having a conversation. Like, even if somebody did some harm, God
Mm-hmm.
forbid, knock on wood, and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
to premeditate is a big thing to do. It is a big thing to do.
But I think she has the rage
She has
in
the
her,
rage.
that has built and has been building over all of those years. That rage has been building in her, and she finds it so exciting
To let it out.
to let it out.
You know
That
what?
is that's the scary part, because I don't think I think Naya knows that it's there,
Uh-huh.
but to see her enjoy the possibility of hurting someone, um is, I think, what scares her, which is what takes him on two different paths.
Mhm. When they say after okay, so Chuck tells them that the dad has twin boys as
Mhm,
well. Before they
mhm,
set off on the next
mhm,
adventure, they set off to find the dad and the twin, and knowing that I guess he has these twin boys. Um and Racine is like getting in the mood, I think, for what's
mhm,
about to happen, right? She
mhm,
got the
mhm,
music on, and Naya
mhm,
is like, cut it out. I don't like this kind of persona you
mhm,
are taking on. And Naya says, you're accusing me of being, Naya accuses Racine of being a monster. And she
mhm,
says, why are you so mad? And she's like, ain't you? And this is where I think that the angry black woman, maybe it just made me think, like, is she trying to address this? Like, not all black women are angry, but there is
mhm,
some things, like, I think black women, people of color, like, you get angry about having to always have to maybe swallow things, having to always suck it up, having to always maybe not being seen as beautiful and defend yourself. Like, it gets exhausting to live in that
mhm,
world and
mhm,
in that state.
mhm.
Having people insult your intelligence. Now,
So,
say
you made the distinction about angry black woman,
thank you. Hmm.
and I can see that, but Charlotte, rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
If anybody had the right, if anybody had the right to have an angry black woman at
It
this
would be
moment in time, it
them.
would
Hmm.
be them.
It would be them.
I think that for a night, I think maybe they could possibly be trying to show the individualism between the two, because Anaya has always been okay with Racine being the mean one, the protector, the one
Mhm.
that takes care of whatever. As they're going along this journey and they're finding all this information out, and then kind of unbeknownst to the audience, kind of maybe at this time, not Racine, Anaya has other shit on her mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah.
making her view things differently.
This is true. Yeah.
Okay. Whereas maybe if situations were different, she would have been like, rah, 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 yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, shoot 'em up, bang, bang. But she's going through something right now that's having her look a little different. And so at this point, I'm seeing a separation.
Between the
I'm
two.
seeing one twin go this way, leaning
Mhm.
in, and I'm
Mhm.
seeing one twin going this way. And
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
something that has never happened to them before.
Right. Yeah.
They
They've
have
always agreed.
always been going in the same
Same
direction.
direction.
And
Hmm.
so, because Racine doesn't know what's going on with Anaya
Right.
just yet. So to her, she's still chucking it to, oh, you're scary, oh, you're emotional, oh, you don't whatever, whatever.
You're a bitch, she tells her.
Yeah,
She says
yeah,
it like 3 times. "Oh, you old bitch," or whatever.
yeah.
She calls her, like, yeah,
And it's
emotional,
like,
weak.
I just no, no, yeah, I'm all those things too, but I got some other stuff going on that's not gonna let me lean into this.
I think
Looking
she
at
would do
things a
that
little differently.
regardless, though. I think that's her personality too.
It
I think
is.
she is the conscientious twin. I don't
She
think she has
is.
it in her to defend herself, yes,
Mhm.
but just to
Mhm.
outright just take somebody's life, I don't think that's
No.
not I don't
Mm-mm.
think that's a part of
But
her.
I think she would be okay. It would be more justifiable for her if she wasn't in the situation she was in.
You think?
Mhm. She's gonna bring the conscience part. She's gonna bring the don't take it that far. She's gonna bring that part to it. But is she
Mhm.
gonna go along with it? Yeah.
Yeah, she gonna be like, "Yeah, that's"
She's gonna go along with it.
Yeah. Um, okay, so, like but there is, like you said, a divide in the game
Mhm.
plan. Well,
Mhm.
we already knew that, Nia wasn't she was willing to go and she was willing to
Mhm.
support, but now
Mhm.
it seems like she's kinda like, y you get into, like, murder mood is
Yeah.
killing me. I don't
And
think
then
I
it's
would
like
like this part of you."
And it's like the list is getting longer. So
Mhm.
if they don't do right, we got to get them too. And
Yeah, like,
you know
this
what I'm
is
saying?
getting yeah.
It's like, but she's trying to say, listen, they don't have nothing to do with this. Them twin boys don't have nothing to do with this. Okay,
Mhm.
they are
Mhm.
innocent. And Racine is like, they can get it too.
Yeah,
All
she
of them can
definitely
get it.
like, "Yeah, let's wait and see before
Yeah.
we
And,
decide."
and then she's like echoing her mother's sentiments. Everybody around him got to die.
Yeah.
Not just
Mhm.
him, but she want everybody that's affiliated with him or touch him or whatever. She want them all just, the earth
Guy
scorched. Yeah,
that went
dead.
on and had some type of better life than maybe because I mean, her life stopped, her life
Yeah.
with the mother or
Mhm.
whatever, so
Mhm.
she definitely has, like, yeah, vengeance she wants vengeance.
Vengeance. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, we see that they get on the road, and Ezekiel wants vengeance because Ezekiel, I thought that was the craziest. I hate things like that. The biker with the helmet on and all. I'm like, oh, I hate this scene.
Yeah. And
And
because
he
at first I was
behind
like,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mhm.
well, maybe I was thinking, I was like,
That was
okay,
the scariest scene for me.
he don't sent one of them twins. He don't got word that they coming. He don't sent one of them twins. But no, here you
It's
go. It's darn Ezekiel.
crazy ass. After them, they escape. He damages their car, so
Mhm.
they hit the road on foot, right? This is dedicated, determined, they're still at it. And then we finally get to the dad's house and we are introduced to Angie, played by Janelle Monáe. Well,
Mhm.
first, the narrator gives us a little bit about what is it? Scotch and Riley or something like that.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
The
The
twin
twin brothers.
brothers. Um, and I was a little shocked that the dad had moved on to a nice environment. I'm like, well, what does he do? What is this man doing?
And that was my question.
He went on and thrived. Not only did he go on, but he went on and thrived. And we see Janelle Monáe is making her escape. She is packing up her stuff. She says she was able to stack away
Mhm.
$11,000 so she could leave. She's telling the kids she's going on a wine trip, but really she's saying she gets away. She's getting away. She's running away. She said she gonna gamble $300 first though before she I thought really she gonna gamble on some Lula gamble.
That lady said, "Man, fuck them kids."
And matter of fact, take my bags to the car before I leave
Yeah.
too. Yeah, she was over it.
She was
She
over she was over her own children, and maybe because they were boys, he probably treated them well, you can kinda tell how he
Yeah, because he was like, "We don't have anything to
yeah,
eat."
yeah. You can kinda tell how they were, right? Maybe
Mhm.
not the little one, but that older
The big one
that big
was
one, he was a
like
jerk
the
for
daddy.
sure.
Yeah,
He
he
was
looked
a
like he was like the daddy,
full-fledged
yeah.
jerk.
Mhm.
So, she was like, "Listen here, I gotta do this for me.
Yeah.
I got to do this for me.
Mhm.
Y'all can stay here with y'all daddy." In her mind, she's like, "I don't even
I'm
care.
out.
You all can do whatever y'all wanna do, but for me, I'm gone."
I'm gone. 'Cause there's, like, a sense that, the monster has or the
Mhm,
devil,
mhm,
right? Because if mama is the god, then daddy is the devil.
mhm,
So
mhm,
there's a sense that the devil has continued on with his antics because she's like,
mhm.
everything has to be a certain way
Perfect.
in this
Mhm,
house. I'm over, maintaining this sense. So he's probably
mhm,
beating her. We thinking like all of this.
mhm.
He's still a monster, the devil. And she gets down the driveway or whatever, and she sees Racine and Nia. And for the life of me, I don't know why she ain't turned that car around. Oh, around them, Kim. The well would have went around. The well would have never got out the car. First of all,
All that doggone field,
she could have went. I was like, why is she
all
not
that
going around?
open field, Charlotte,
Two random women sitting in my driveway, and I'm out. And I'm out. I'm not doing.
and she at that moment, this was her last ditch effort.
If,
She was desperate. She was at the end of her rope.
mm-hmm.
I would have ran them 2 heifers over and
Yo,
wouldn't have looked back.
want to look back something. Why did you stop? I just don't understand. I mean, I guess yeah, to make the story good, but I would have never have stopped. I would have
Mm-mm,
never have stopped. I wouldn't
mm-mm,
if I would have stopped, I damn sure ain't getting out my car.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
I'm not getting
But
out my
she does.
car.
But she does, honey.
She
And
does
I felt bad for her until she
uh,
spat in that
in
girl's
her
face.
face. And I was like, oh, she gonna die.
'Cause
Okay, what she
that
did,
to
I
me,
was
that is the most disrespectful thing to do,
to
is to spit in
do.
somebody's face.
And I knew because we didn't talk about the fact that Racine has
Mhm.
picked. I got to figure out. What if she's like David and Goliath? Like, why would I'm like I was trying to figure out why would the writer use a rock and a sock
Yeah.
of
She did
all
a
the
lot of
modern day
damage with that
weapons?
darn rock
She
in that
did.
sock.
Of all the modern day weapons to be used, she uses a whole like slingshot, kind of like
Mhm.
David, and
Mhm.
Goliath type of thing. So they picked that up as a weapon a while ago, right? She like, girl, give me your
Mhm.
sock.
Give me
I'm gonna
your
put this.
sock. Mhm. I don't like to wear no
I'm,
shoe with no sock. I
no,
leave the sock on, but okay,
I'm gonna put
okay.
this boulder or whatever it
Mhm.
was enough to knock her clean dead.
Oh,
Cause that's
yeah,
just
and they were killing me. "Oh, you spitting now. Oh, she's
oh yeah, yeah,
spitting."
this me. She about to get jumped. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I was like. Oh,
Girl,
old
you don't
school
know how to
jump.
take off and get the and then she ain't had no fight in her because she let them take the key to the car. Then she let them, she was like, "Okay, well, here, take my pearls."
Girls.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what we gonna do with them Japanese pearls? We're not gonna do nothing with them pearls, honey. Not nothing. Then she said she tried to get the key back. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. You better off running.
You
You
should. That's what she should have did. Took off running, but she decides to make the choice that she made, and then she paid for it because
paid for
that
it.
was Racine's first murder.
Kill. Yeah. And she was waiting. She was waiting
Mhm,
really because she was
mhm,
already hyped up. So here it is.
mhm,
She spit in her face. She gave her a reason.
yep.
Naya, I thought was interesting. Like she joins in the like surrounding her.
Mhm,
Like, oh girl,
mhm,
you want to
mhm,
spit? She want to
mhm,
spit, but then she like, oh,
mhm.
you taking it a little bit too far. I was
Yeah,
just gonna
mhm,
knock her
yeah,
a few
mhm.
times. I wasn't
Just
gonna.
like bust a knee up, hitting the arm, break a leg or
Mhm.
something like that. No, like you went to wailing on that lady.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, she ain't breathing. She ain't
yeah.
breathing. And then she gets up and she comes. She's like, "Don't worry about it. It's on me. You ain't did
Yeah.
nothing.
You
It's on
ain't
me.
did nothing about it. Yeah, you ain't got to
Blood
feel.
splatter all on her, dude."
It says ancient. It says a ancient sling or keller was actually a sophisticated and lethal projectile weapon used effectively by ancient armies.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
but it does say significance in the fact that symbolizes the triumph of the seemingly weak and humble, overwhelming, formidable power.
Mm.
Right? I can see that because
Well,
again,
yeah.
they could have got a gun.
Let's hear. That was their
Like she
weapon of
mentioned.
choice.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
personal choice.
Yeah.
I think the writer is I think it's another Christian reference maybe
Mm-hmm.
that was
Mm-hmm.
saying. So they make it to the house. They leave Angie dead in the driveway and make it to the house. They encounter the twin boys, who for whatever odd reason thinks that the dad sent strippers. I guess giving like an indication of who the dad is. Do you think the dad sent
That's
strippers
what
to
I'm
the house?
saying. For some reason, I think he's different with boys than he are with girls.
Yeah,
And maybe he didn't want the girls. Maybe he wanted the boys.
boys.
But
This is a good
they,
point.
yeah,
Mhm.
their twinism didn't get it. Now, the shorter twin, boy twin, it does have some sense about him, but again, he just goes along with the taller twin
Brother
does, right?
does. Yeah. Mhm.
And so he can, because he notices something happens, and he feels something's off,
Mhm.
something's a little off, but he doesn't follow through with the um his feelings. He just goes along with what his twin says,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, this is what dad does. This is what he did. He did this for our
Mhm.
birthday." Like,
Invite
dude,
the
our
strippers
birthday's like
in.
2 weeks away.
Yeah. He like, yeah, he's like, this doesn't make sense, right? Yeah. Again, the logical twin.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, I'm gonna invite some people over.
Mhm.
And they then decide that they go along with the bit and they go to change or try to find something. Um Naya, I think it's like, I don't like this. I think Racine says, we ain't nothing but the hand of God
Yep.
doing her
Mhm.
bidding.
Mhm.
She is really believing that she is carrying she is carrying out justice, vengeance for God. Like the line is definitely blurry
Yeah.
between Mama
Mhm.
and God.
Mhm.
Um, and at this moment is while they're getting dressed, like we see the boys inviting people over. Racine realizes Naya is pregnant.
Mhm.
Um, and I realized that they mentioned, because they keep saying first foster daddy, second foster daddy. So they
Mhm.
have been to at least
Yeah.
4 foster homes
Mhm.
in their lifetime. Again,
Mhm.
which I think contributes to all of their like angriness or whatever, right? This
Mhm.
constant change. They start stripping, and then what is it? Scotch mentions the fact that Naya is not pretty and he wants her to turn around.
Mm.
Okay, there you go. You about to die. You done
And
sealed
then
your fate.
listen here, like you were gonna live.
Yeah,
I might have had a plight for you to live,
yeah.
but now
Now you got to die
you
too.
gonna die because you just
Because I
committed
used to be
the
people
sin.
with a bat, but now,
Yeah, now I got this here rock in a sock. I'm about to tear you up. And then he is so clueless to what's happening, right?
hmm
That he goes to be with his sister, all right?
hmm
And she like chop chop
yeah,
and
on that
literally
throat. Ain't she doing all this throat?
collapses his whole like trachea or something. Sorry, you ain't never had a chance. And then the other two are in the kitchen. They're trying to bond.
Yeah,
They're kind of having conversations,
yeah.
and they just killed.
Killed your
Racine just killed your brother.
brother, which Naya knew, right? She looks like she has like a sense of like, uh-oh, she done did
Yeah.
it again.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so Racine kills Scotch. Um, Naya challenges Racine, right? That's the first time we see
Mhm.
her.
Mhm.
She stands up to her, but
Yeah.
then she like changes her mind, regrets or
Yeah.
whatever, and shrinks again in front of her, and she runs away with the boy. And she does something that she does again in the next like 5 minutes, which they all do, I think, throughout this movie. They
Mhm.
fall victim to soft words of
Yeah.
apology, of
Mhm.
niceness, of
Mhm.
kindness,
Mhm.
like shrouded in like somebody who doesn't care about you.
Mhm.
Somebody
Mhm.
who has ulterior motives,
Mhm.
somebody who's being manipulative.
Mhm.
Like it's not clicking yet that I have to take what you say with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your sister just killed my brother. So it could be that you could be trying to trick my sister.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
But
Mhm.
she was thinking I helped saved you.
Yeah. Mhm. I helped save you because I told you to run. I
Yeah.
told you to run, you know? And um of course then we see him turn into this complete.
So maybe he has the ability, but he says you killed my brother. So I guess
Mhm.
he is kind of justified in being like,
Mhm.
okay, well, I would be upset too.
Yeah. My twin, like you just killed my twin,
He don't
so
even know
I'm
about his
going
mama.
to avenge your death. You know, they ain't caring about that mama. I mean, I think he
Mhm.
probably cared about the mama because he did tell her I love you or something before she left.
Mhm.
But
Mhm. Other ones
um
asking about dinner.
yeah. But at the same time, he got to die because okay, you got to die. So
Mhm.
Anaya commits her first murder.
Yes,
Now
because he
Racine
starts
has
to choke
committed
out
her
Racine.
second murder.
Yeah. You're right. She does. I forgot. Yeah, she did. She does kill him.
She
She
kills
does
him
kill
with
him.
the gardening tool,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
he falls in the water. So now he dead.
Now
And
he did.
so Racine is knocked out,
Unconscious.
passed out,
Yeah.
unconscious,
Mhm.
and we move into the final showdown,
Final showdown. Which
which
we have been waiting for.
waiting for. And this chick chooses to hide under the table, the dining room table, out of every place in that goddamn house you could have hid. You decide to hide under the dining room
Which
table.
ain't even covered good. It ain't even like it's like a tablecloth that reaches all the way down to the floor. Like, yeah, it was really a bad spot, girl. It was a bad. You could have dragged her off into the grass
You could
outside.
have put her behind a bush. Y'all could have been behind a bush. If you would have been outside, you would have been able to get away. But no, you decide to pull her in
Into the
house
lion's den. Yeah.
into underneath the dining room table that don't even have a tablecloth to go down to the ground.
Hmm.
Like, I see you. I can see you. But this this Negro comes in his house calm,
Calm. Sociopath.
sees his oldest son, well, sees one of his sons dead on, and walks
Kim,
in.
he had to have seen Angie first. He had to see the wife
That
dead
man,
first because
that
she was in
man,
the driveway.
he ain't care. That man did not
Mm-mm.
care because that man see them children was dead,
And he calmly.
and he comes in and make him a sandwich with some chips.
He sure did. I was like, he cares about no one.
No
He has
one.
no feelings. This man has no feelings whatsoever.
And Charlotte, you know we love Sterling K over here. You
Yeah.
know we are a Sterling K Brown
Yeah.
fans over here.
But he was straight devil.
He was the devil, and
He
I
was.
don't like him playing parts like
Mm-mm.
that because I don't. I want to continue to like you, but I didn't like you in this movie, Sterling K.
You know, that I read that they said that some, I think, black men didn't like the portrayal of him or whatever. Like they kind of, I guess, were trying to equate it to like the portrayal of Danny Glover in
Mister.
Yeah, Mister. But Mister
Mhm,
was Mister. That was actual
mhm,
factual. People, there
mhm,
were Misters out there in the world.
mhm.
There are devils
And
like what's his name
yeah,
out here in the world. There are
yeah,
monsters like him in the
yeah.
world. But not all black men are portrayed like this on film.
Mhm, mhm.
But I mean, I don't know. But
Listen here.
he acted as a monster.
He did. And but
Mhm.
you know, as he was and when he started, he was so calm. I mean, his voice was he was Sterling K. So
Mhm.
in in a moment in time, he did pull me in at a moment because I was like, "Mm."
What moment? Which moment, Kim? Which one?
So when he called her from under, he said, "Well, I guess we should, talk,
Mhm.
have a conversation.
I'm on from under the
Come
table.
on from under that because I see you. I mean, I saw your shoelace. So come on from under the table."
Mhm.
And so, and she's like literally terrified.
Mhm.
Like, and I don't even know, like, because of the tragedy that happened, maybe they blocked out even what he looked like, who he was, or
Mhm.
anything, because it just didn't seem like it was just fear for her. She was so scared. And she held
Mhm.
on to that her weapon. And he was like, listen, question for a question. So you ask me a question, I ask you a question.
Which is already kind of a controlling. I'm
Mhm,
controlling
mhm.
this conversation, right? You
And
can
so
only
he's
ask
like,
a question if I ask a question.
yeah. And so they go through that exchange, and then when he was like, well, who did you kill first? Which one died first or whatever.
Mhm.
And so they go through this little exchange, and he's so calm. He's so, and
Crazy,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
talk, Sterling K, like you crazy. Like you crazy. But then when
Mhm.
he goes in, and I'm gonna tell you when he pulled me in,
Okay, okay.
when told he was telling his side of the story.
Yeah, that
And
she
he
wouldn't
was
let me
saying,
hold her.
yeah, and he was like, he said, you thought that I would burn my own children.
True, yeah. Mhm.
And he was like, your mother held on to you. And for
Mhm.
some reason, that tended to ring true to me.
'Cause something happened that we didn't see.
Something happened to at least Anaya
Mhm.
as to why she got the brunt
More
of the
burn, yeah,
of the
uh-huh.
burn. And I feel like that mama did grab her and
Mhm.
hold on to her. Cause I just
Mhm.
felt like it was a ring of truth. And he was like, then he goes on and he was like, but I was a different man then. And
Mhm.
he's making this compelling argument that he's changed and he's different. And he says,
He said something like that was the response for somebody in his age or
yeah,
something, like it was
yeah.
or who he was then.
And he was making some compelling points,
Yeah.
some compelling points. And he was like, listen, he said, you got two choices. Either you can stay
Mhm.
or leave and go and have my grandchild or whatever, because she tells him that she's pregnant, and then come back and I can bounce him on my knee. And I was like, okay, Sterling,
He's selling it. He
you
is
might be you might
selling
be okay. You
maybe
might
he's
be
changed.
changed.
You like maybe he's changed.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
maybe
changed.
he's changed. Mhm.
And then
Yeah. She gets that weapon. She holds up the weapon, but she gives it to him. He drops it on the floor
mhm,
with tears in what is it, her eyes or his eyes? I
mhm,
can't remember and then slaps her across the mouth and calls her
mhm,
dog bitch. And I was like,
mhm.
oh, got me again.
I can't with you no more. I can't. This is where we end our understanding of you. So now I know that you flip, like you switch it on and off, like you know how to bring the woman in, you know how to bring it in
Yeah.
and sell it, but then you're also evil and you're the devil.
But I wrote play it again. Play it again by the son and the father. Because
Mhm,
remember, the son was
mhm.
like, oh, thank you so much for saving me. And
Yeah.
then he about to choke her out. This is disturbing to me because this is disturbing for me because I feel like I have a pretty good discernment. So the fact that I wasn't like, girl, he lying, don't believe him, made me concerned for my own safety in life. I'm like, girl, you got to get it together. It was clear he's manipulating. He wanted her to drop the weapon.
Mhm,
He's manipulating the situation.
mhm,
There could be like I feel like the mama was manipulating, but I guess it's a lot to process in that moment, right? Because she wants to be loved and accepted
mhm.
by. She wants her story. She wants the truth. It's like you want this kind of sense of what is it? Not wholeness.
Community, a family, because she's carrying a baby, and now could be a possibility of her dad actually being somebody.
Uh huh. I think resolution.
Yeah.
Sounds like she wants a sense of like it's resolved. Like I
Mhm,
understand because
mhm,
they have so many questions for so many years, and it
mhm.
would be nice to. But anyway, it's just like you can't trust nobody. Like she's in a
Mm-mm.
world where she can't trust nobody to be honest
Nobody.
and real with her. Everybody wants something from you. Everybody
Mhm.
is using you and manipulate. That is hard to take. But she can't process that right now. She got to defend herself.
Now she got to fight. Now she got to fight, and I was so worried for her because I
Mhm.
was like, Racine is up under that table and she ain't get up
Knock
yet.
out.
And I don't think you got it. I don't think you got it by yourself, girl. I know you're gonna try. I know you're gonna give it your
You,
all,
you need
but I
more than
don't
that
think
rock.
you ain't got it like Racine got it. Okay. And the fact that then, they go through this whole, fight sequence, and then Racine shows up, and then it becomes, okay, okay, Negro, I got you right now.
Yeah, they start tag teaming his ass. This is
Yeah.
right
And he rightfully deserves every
there.
bit of that ass cutting he got.
Yes. If there was any doubt before,
Mhm.
yes. Get
Mhm.
him now.
Mhm.
Um, so they both fight, they take turns throwing the thing
Mhm.
back and forth. And
Mhm.
then you know what is not relevant, but I could not, what took me out of the storyline? How are his slides still on after all that fighting?
You know what took me out for a brief moment was the fact that he had Sperry's on. He walked in that house with them
And
Sperry's
put his
on and put the slides on. Now that was a moment that I was like, okay.
Yeah, me too, Kim. I was like, what is the meaning of this? Why do they I mean, maybe it's like he is this organized, orderly
Yeah.
person. Like
Mhm.
he's one hand, he is this, but also he
Mhm.
is
He
very much
exists, yeah.
disciplined in
Uh-huh.
his but so I thought about that too when I saw that scene. Like he put in them old school slides and with them white socks that
But
came
he
on
did
in.
have socks on, so I'm thinking that the socks gave his slide a little bit more grip.
Maybe because I saw him on that floor after they beat him up. I was like, it should be a slide over there, and it should be a slide over his foot. They should not be securely on his feet.
But yeah, he got toe down, he got toe up, he got tag
Yeah,
team,
he got toe up
and only
mm,
to find himself in the same spot where he put
with
that put their
the
mother.
mother. Yeah, yeah. I have to say though, I was disappointed in the fact that Racine got caught up
Me
in the
too.
in the.
Me too. I was not expecting that.
I was not expecting that.
Mm-mm.
I was thinking from the angle of the shot, it seemed
Mhm.
like she could have pulled her back real quick. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Mhm. Mhm.
and I was like, well, did she want to did she want to be free
I'm
from
thinking
race?
and then I was like, did she get some alcohol on her? Like, how did she get engulfed so fast? It just happened so fast.
Yeah, it seemed like you
And
should have been able to, pull her back
it's
out real quick.
like,
But she
and this really would have been the moment when they needed to knock him out one more time with that rock.
yeah. Yeah.
Real
You
good.
would have
He
let
needed to
go and you could have
yeah,
come on up and we could have,
yeah, yeah.
She could have came. She could have survived them quick burns, I think,
Yeah,
or whatever. But it
but
was.
but no, I don't know, Charlotte, because she got engulfed pretty quickly.
She did from the second shot. I don't know, but from the
Yeah.
first shot, she seemed savable. Them braids was gone though. He tugged on them braids.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was
And
it. I
God,
did
I
not expect
mean,
her to. Mm-mm.
yeah, I wasn't expecting her to get engulfed that quickly. But I guess, and then for Anaya, like I, I mean, I could see her like trauma of like, okay, she don't seen this before, and then it's happening
That
again.
part.
It's so
Hmm.
she
Froze.
hesitated because
Yeah.
she didn't know what to do, and so I can see that. So at that point, she was
Hmm.
already gone. At that point,
Yeah, you're
ain't nothing
right.
I can do for you. I can't
Yeah,
do nothing for you.
because that maybe if she did try to help her mama before, she could have been like, "Oh no, I done seen how this end, and I'm
Yeah.
not doing that again." Yeah, you're
Listen
right. I
here.
didn't think about that part.
So let me just go ahead on and I don't know what kind of fire that they use or whatever accelerants they had, but it burnt that whole house up, burnt everything up.
And nobody came. Nobody came. Not a fire truck. Cause she waited out there.
She
She
did.
waited for Racine to hopefully, I
Hmm.
think, come
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
but nobody came to put that fire out.
Nobody, nobody, and she put that little rock on that ground,
It was out.
and she went to
And
walking.
that was, it was okay. Yeah, my work here is done. And
Yeah.
so we end the movie with
Hmm.
her holding the baby, so we know she has the
Hmm.
baby. I
Hmm.
felt satisfied with the ending until I was like, you know what? I wish she had gone back to see the mama one
Hmm.
last time. To me,
Hmm.
that would have made a really satisfied ending
Hmm.
for her to go back and see what the mama has to say. Or if the mama was dead and that
Yeah.
maybe
Hmm.
she was at the grave site, having a
Hmm.
conversation. I don't know. You said it's the place, so perhaps that's in the maybe it ended differently in
I
the
don't know.
movie then.
It's yeah, it's based on I think who is it? Harris. I think her last name is Harris is the one who did the screenplay.
I think yeah, Alicia.
Um
Uh,
Harris. She is based off of her 2018 play Is God
okay.
Is.
Well, okay.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
wonder if they had to cut it differently. I need to go check and see, but I really wanted to see her go back and see Vivica.
You know what? I really I was okay with her not seeing Vivica, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Really? Hmm.
Because I think Vivica was her only purpose was only there to set them on the journey.
Hmm.
And I don't think she was willing to serve the purpose of being there, being her mother or being a grandmother or being anything of substance to Anaya. I don't think she was.
Mm-mm. I don't think so either. But I guess I was looking for, I guess, a nice resolution. Like, is she able to? How does she feel about, I guess, being on her own now? Like, is she like
Mhm.
make? I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe just her holding the daughter, but
Well,
like all of these deaths. Like, how does she feel about herself now? Is she mad that the mother sent them on that mission? Does she believe now the mother manipulated them, but she pursued it anyway? I guess that's what I was like. What is her feelings towards this
mhm.
lady now? Reflecting
And I
on.
don't think I think she gives some glimpse of that in the ending narration when she talks about how quiet it is because there is no longer anyone to go back and forth with, even, physically or even
Mhm,
telekinetically as they were. The twin bond was gone. So
mhm,
I think that the only person that she would have missed out of this whole thing being in her life and in the life of her child would have been Racine because her
mhm.
mother was never there. Her dad was never there.
Right,
But I
yeah.
think she found resolution in the fact that maybe, I don't know, perhaps both of them were already dead and that
Mhm,
she could pour into this baby in a way that this baby was removed from all of that. You know
yeah,
what I'm
started
saying?
I think I did write down when she said she was pregnant, a new beginning.
Yeah, new beginning.
So maybe it is that she feels like, okay, now I can start fresh, like you said, not tethered to
Mm-hmm.
all of these other things. So maybe that is that she resolved
Mm-hmm.
her sense of like being like feeling baggage from
Mm-hmm.
what happened to her when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
The sister kind of leaning on the sister to be her bully or
Leaning
stand up
on the
for her.
sister
Yeah.
because she can't lean on the sister, and just not even leaning on the sister, not leaning on the father of the child, because it just seemed like it was a new beginning for the
For
birth
her.
of her child, but then
Mhm.
also for her because she is now um she doesn't have that
Standing on her
baggage. I don't,
own.
I don't even think she's carrying that baggage anymore. I think it burned up when
Yeah,
it.
I hope not. Standing on her own 2 feet,
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I like the themes and the messaging. I feel like I'm gonna look and I'm gonna toss this around in my head
Hmm.
for weeks to come.
Hmm.
Uh, and to think about the themes and the messages. But I like this new storytelling, this new kind
Hmm.
of sense. Like Sinners to me was like a new sense of storytelling for like
Hmm.
black storytellers.
Hmm.
Um and I think this is like a new like Odyssey, Black people on the Odyssey. I like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
I don't know, I just liked it. It was good. I
Yeah,
wish
I
I
did
wish it
too.
had got more promotion.
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was really good. Really, really good film. I enjoyed it also
Mhm.
because, like I said, I was like this,
Yeah, the whole time
and
looking
then I
away like, "Oh
love,
my god."
yeah, kudos to the just the pacing of the film. It was no moments where it dragged, but there were moments that me personally like pulled me out, but then I was able to go right back
Went back
in. Like
in,
I said,
yeah,
the series and and then getting into the slides and then with the Janelle Monet, and just some,
mhm,
certain things, but it flowed very well. Production value was right on point.
mhm.
Um, and the acting was good. The
The
acting was
acting was
really,
good. The
really
2 main
good.
characters here, I
Those
like their
2, oh
chemistry,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Mhm,
And the way they were so in sync, and I remember hearing something in the interview that they were saying about how people were so amazed at them when
mhm,
they would come to set and they would just be like in sync, like
mhm.
with their characters.
They look like sisters. They you know, you c
Literally.
they gave sisters. It was
Yeah.
believable.
Yeah,
Mhm,
very much so, very much so.
mhm,
But I thought God is was great. Would have loved to see it in the theaters, but
mhm.
kudos to it. 10 out of 10 would
We
recommend.
recommend put that on your holiday. I would say family come
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, whatever,
Mhm.
what to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
If y'all looking, yeah, I would put that up on the big
Yeah.
screen or whatever. Put it up on the screen and be like, let's sit down and watch cousins come together and
Yeah.
watch it.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think, yeah, it's a good
Mhm.
look added to
Mhm.
the repertoire of what should we watch as
Yeah.
we come together. Or I'm always for like women come together, have conversations because there's a lot of
Conversation. Yeah.
conversations about, yeah,
Oh
womanhood.
man, for sure. For sure. Um, good
The fact we
conversation
didn't
too.
even get into domestic violence. I just don't
We
even like it. But it
Yeah,
was
we
that
didn't
was
even get
definitely
into
a thing.
that. And that was a whole thing and a running theme throughout
Mhm.
because even though I know Divine didn't really say anything about it, Erica Alexander's character, but he whooped up on her too.
If he didn't, I feel like he provided emotional abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something,
Yeah.
some type of manipulation for him or
I
Angie, something
I don't see him not the type
being
of person not the
physically
type of person
abusive.
he
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
I don't see him not whooping up on her.
right. Because you're right. He did snatch that man's tongue out his
Yeah.
entire head. So
Mhm.
you,
Yeah.
you're right.
I do not see him not hitting her. So, I think she was in a fog of, romanticizing him, I think,
Mhm,
and that was a whole 'nother different delusion for her. But
mhm,
I think that, overall, this was really a good film. I like the way the trailer set this film up as
mhm,
far as how it did not reveal all its parts. I like how they kind of hid Sterling K. 's,
mhm.
character until the very end. I thought that was climactic for me. Um, it kind of built that suspense of his evilness, even though you know, it's kind of, it
Mhm.
builds every like instance of his evilness.
Mhm.
Um and so I just enjoyed the film. I don't necessarily have a what was she thinking moment.
Mhm.
Because I still have questions, like I said, and I think we talked about this before. We're still like processing the film
Yeah.
itself. So
What was
but
she thinking? You don't
what
have
was she
one?
thinking? I guess I could go back to
So many.
Vivica. Yeah, I have a lot. I have a lot of
Yeah, it's so many
questions. But
instances. Yeah.
Vivica is for one,
Yeah.
I wanna know, what were you thinking, girl? Because you seem like you've been plotting this plan for a little while, like you was waiting for your children to get of age,
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
Mhm.
I don't like that. You coulda got somebody else to do this,
Mhm.
for you
'Cause
if
you
this
was
is
gonna
what
die
you want.
anyway, so you wasn't gonna go to jail for
Yeah.
like
So
what is it? Murder for hire.
exactly. I mean, but yeah, I would have, uh, I have issues with her character just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
yeah.
My what was she thinking, I think would come I think that I identified with is the falling for the manipulation. Like
Mm.
the over and over again, and it wasn't just Anaya for me, it was Scene as well, right?
Mhm.
They both were, like, oblivious to certain people,
Mhm.
manipulating them, I feel like,
Mhm.
and so I feel like Racine was, oblivious to the mother being manipulative, because
Mhm.
Anaya was like, "Why are you following this plan? Why are you know, da, 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 da." God said, God is, we're gonna
Mhm.
go ahead and do
Mhm.
it. Um but anytime anybody did that to, Naya, she clocked her for that. Like,
Mhm.
you like, when the brother, "I told
Mhm.
you he was trying to, I had to come back
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
save your ass
Mhm.
again."
Mhm.
So both of them have, like, these blind spots, I
Right, yeah.
guess. And so
Mhm.
that would be my what was she thinking? Like, "Please, Lord, prevent me from my blind spots so
Yeah.
that I am not caught up in this sense of I'm doing something right, but in reality, I am being led the wrong way, led
Mhm.
astray."
Led astray. Um,
So that was it,
yeah.
that I have for what was she thinking. I enjoyed it, Kimber. I
I did
appreciate
too.
you,
I did
yeah,
too.
reviewing this together. All right, Kimber, if that's it, you wanna take us out?
If this movie made you uncomfortable, inspired, or reflective, that's the point. Because growth usually starts with discomfort, people. I don't know, I say
Yes.
it every week, okay?
Yes. So tell us, what was she thinking and what did you think after watching Is God Is? Please let us know how you felt about this movie. Find us on YouTube. You can comment there. You can also comment on TikTok and Instagram as well, and Facebook. And let us know what did you think about the characters here and whether or not you felt sorry for them, whether or not you felt maybe not so much. We're interested. We're interested to see, and we thank you for listening. And please
Mhm.
rate and subscribe and share. Thank you, Kimber, for taking
Thank
time out of your
you.
day. We
Thank you,
appreciate you.
Charlotte. It's always fun to get on and talk. So,
Mhm.
join the conversation, join the discussion, and see you next time.